Last season, we bought a 64-acre farm in Michigan. This farm. The goal was to transform this small, unremarkable piece of ground into a hunting and wildlife paradise. Some might call us crazy, but that's what we set out to do in just 2 years. To even get close to making it happen, we've got to get back to work. Oh shit! This kind of project is year-round and all-consuming. But if there's anything all this has taught me, all you can do is put in your time and hope that Mother Nature does the rest. I'm Mark Kenyon, and welcome to Season 2 of The Back 40. It's August, and a lot has changed since I shut the gate last winter. Our spring work was either slowed or stopped altogether by COVID lockdowns, and all the while, the clock was ticking down on my time here. The plan is to give this place away at the end of the year. It's good to be back. I'm just hoping the improvements we made are starting to show some results.
Steve.
Hey, you're out there right now.
Yeah, you can tell from the background. I'm the back 40. It never ends.
So what's going on? I mean,
I hate to say this, but I don't have any big bucks out here yet this year. But I have confidence that there will be.
so is it getting to feel like gamey out? You know, like when you go on to, like, picture whatever. You go on to a place, like a property, and you just get kind of a, like, dude, you think like holy shit, this place is sweet.
I love that feeling. I'm getting there. I'm not quite there, but I'm starting to get bits and pieces of it where you could feel like, okay. Now the only thing, I wish we had this for like 10 more years, because I can see like what this could be in 10 years. So yeah, I'm not saying it's there 100%, but I'm seeing things come together.
Whatever happened with the bee situation?
Bees.
Did you screw it up? Because the guy had like a lot of advice that seemed like if you followed it, you'd have success.
I didn't screw it up yet, but then over the course of the summer,
Ben has come back to check on things a couple times when I was out traveling.
and we ended up having, I'll spare you all the gory details, but basically like a Game of Thrones situation where one of the hives
is trying to overtake the other one and has become like really violent and dangerous.
So much so that Ben said that I shouldn't go and work the bees by myself, possibly because of how.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, they're just pissed. So, it sounds like you like mostly feel like you've been humbled. Do you really feel like you're just getting your ass kicked, or do you feel like you're doing something over there? Like, if you were a CEO,
Would you recommend that I be replacing you? This sounds like a catch-22.
kind of question. No.
I would say Mark has been very well-intentioned and done many of the things that you should try to do.
But Mother Nature and, you know.
Life in general throws curveballs. But
I think we've made progress.
well, good. Keep your chin up.
yeah, when I come out there better be warm.
And there better be a shitload of deer. Like, running every which way, man.
There will be deer. I can't promise the shitload, but I'll promise you the deer.
I'm coming now for like the peak, the moment that true Michiganders live for, which is November 15th.
I know. When's the last time you hunted Michigan's gun opener?
Mid-90s, honestly.
Yeah, we got the hunt winter coming out.
So we don't want to disappoint him too.
Yeah. You know, our intention has always been to give this thing away, right?
Yeah.
When you go to hand over the keys, are you going to be like, good riddance?
Or do you feel like you're going to be there's going to be a little nostalgia, a little sadness?
Probably mostly it'll be a little sad.
A lot because it's like how much work I put in. and you kind of want to see how things progress.
And maybe enjoy the fruits of your labor a little bit. And it'd be nice to see what this all turns into 6-7 years from now. So hopefully we can keep tabs on it and stay in touch.
When you drive off, after you hand the keys off and you're driving off, you need to roll down your window and go, watch out for the bees!
Yeah, we left you one parting gift.
When we kicked off this project, we knew we had to have bees. Why? Honeybee colonies have been collapsing across the US for over a decade, and the vast majority of crops in the US require animal or insect pollination, as does plenty of other plant life across the natural landscape. If the bees, butterflies, and bugs go, so do our crops, native plant life, and all the other critters that depend on them. To do our small part in tackling this crisis, and to ensure the food plots and old fields on the farm are well taken care of, we decided to bring in some honeybees of our own. 3 months ago, we finally installed 2 hives in the panhandle of the farm with local apiarist Ben Schlanker. This old field is perfect for this purpose. It's covered in goldenrod, which flowers late in the summer and provides an important source of both nectar and pollen. But that's not the case in every field. While the new resident hives will be a great service to the back 40, we also need to help out the pollinating insects on the rest of the farm. So we seeded a blend of native Michigan wildflowers and forbs to round out our offering. At this point, when it comes to pollinating, we just have to let the bugs do their thing. But in the meantime, MeatEater honey sure has a nice ring to it.
What are we doing here and why are we doing this?
Well, what we got going on right here, we're just going to use some smoke for these bees. I'm going to use cardboard. This is just any old cardboard box. It's a real easy way to make real fast smoke. The reason we need to smoke these particular hives is because when we put them out here this spring, they requeen themselves, which is part of what they normally will do. But one of the hives got into some more aggressive genetics than what we'd like to have them be in. Once they come through the wintertime, we'll wait till spring. We'll get in there when the numbers are back down. We'll find that queen, we'll dispatch her, and we'll force them to make a new one.
So we kill the queen?
Yep, we will kill the queen.
And replace her because she's nasty?
Yeah, her genetics are far more aggressive than what we want them to be.
So you gotta, I heard just a little bit about what happened. You came and checked on them at one point back in July.
Yeah.
And they were on a different level than you're used to, right?
Right. As part of their natural life cycle process, they requeen themselves. In the process of that requeening, they mated, the virgin queens went out and they mated with your local drones. Somewhere along the line, we got just the right cross for some really aggressive bees. So somebody somewhere is carrying some, what we call in the industry, hot genes.
I'm referring to them as hot, which is aggressive, but I mean, when you sent me a video like a month ago, and you were saying they were so hot, so aggressive that I should not come out here by myself.
Correct.
And that it was seriously dangerous. I mean,
the thing with the aggressive bees, all of their genetic traits are amped up. So while their aggressiveness is really off the charts right now, so is their production level. So they're honey producers, they're obviously very defensive, but they're really strong foragers. So their chances of making it through winter are very, very good.
I'll tell you what, every time I've gone by since that chat, I've ran past it. I'm going by quick. Holy shit. There they go.
Hear that? And that's fine. Like I said, that's why we're in the bottom. We got the screen bottom board on. We're just letting them know something's going on. Get a good box of honey for Mark. There. So that should keep them busy. I'm gonna get just a little bit of smoke down the top. Yep. Just want to see if I can get you a real good frame of honey right now. Now they haven't got this entirely capped. See how dark this capping is?
Yeah, it's different than the top
That's a
box.
darker honey. That's almost more of your goldenrod type honey versus this light stuff that we have from this side. Your wildflower honey that we had. See the color and color difference. It's all the same size or same age wax.
Now if their headbutt me, I'm okay, right?
You got a suit on.
Yeah.
What they're doing basically right now is just saying, hey, I'm not really sure what you're doing, but whatever it is, you probably want to do it somewhere else. Okay, this is mostly brood as well. Their time's kind of short. It won't be too much longer, about another 3 weeks, they'll get kicked out of the hive. far as what hives, what frames you want to look for to harvest, like we talked about before.
Yeah.
Something like this.
No, yeah, that looks real good.
That's textbook right there.
That's
That's your textbook.
honeycomb. We're good to just stick my finger there and try it.
Just where they did. So yeah, just go right in there, break some of it open. There you go.
Back 40 honey for the first time.
First one.
Wow. That is good.
Yeah, almost makes you cough. It's so sweet.
That is really good.
Yeah, get some more. Easy.
It's kind of bizarre. There were just bees crawling all over this, but I don't care.
Yeah.
That's good. They did good work.
No, they do.
They did good work.
Nobody like them anywhere on the planet. They're the only insect that we know of that we eat what they produce.
I like it.
Yep.
The back 40 provides.
Absolutely.
Last year on the Back 40, we discovered a rare patch of native remnant prairie in a big buck hotspot we now call the honey hole. Yeah, I know this can be some nerdy stuff, but grasslands such as these are considered the most endangered ecosystem in North America. Beyond that, it's important for all sorts of birds, bugs, and mammals, and deer like to bed in it too. So we knew we had to do something to help the honey hole thrive. That's where ecologist Dan Zay came in. Last year, he recommended we burn this place to the ground, but it's a control burn that's designed to help revitalize this prairie and remove invasive species. Fire is a powerful force for good in nature. By burning an area like this, you clear away dead organic material, open up new areas to sunlight, and release nutrients into the ground that improve soil fertility. All of this equals lush new growth, more diversity in species, and a more widespread stand of ground cover. So earlier this spring, we set fire to the south side of the honey hole and worked our way north. Eventually, we had torched about 3 acres, and it was up to Mother Nature from there.
I really don't love doing this right now because this is the honey hole that I try to leave untouched almost the entire year. I haven't really been in there since this spring. This is that pear tree, not producing anything this year, but it looks good. I mean, just 3 months ago, this was black ash. So it's come a long way since then. And there's deer crap everywhere. Deer turds, deer turds, deer turds. Big trail coming right through there. They're using it, no doubt about that. And you can see all that prairie grass came back really nice. The whole idea doing this was that we would revitalize this native prairie in here. We'd bring it back, make it more diverse, fuller, and at least from my uneducated amateur perspective, it sure seems like that. We've got the big blue stem still. You can see little blue stem down lower. There's some goldenrod I can see. There's a little white oak seedling right there. That's new. Deer crap everywhere. This is cool, this is exciting. It's such a weird thing too when you think that I would have always assumed if you come in and burn a spot down, it just doesn't seem intuitive that it could come back flush. But fire does that. I mean, it's a crazy tool. Slap this camera down and get out of here and hopefully not have to come back till fall. This field and the other 5 like it, it's something like 30 acres that we have in this kind of habitat. And last year, they were probably one of my biggest disappointments, I think it's fair to say, because I'd done all these different things. I'd planted sorghum and Egyptian wheat to try to have visual cover. I had hoped that these things would be high and thick and deer would bed in them and all sorts of animals would use them. And instead, it ended up being mostly an invasive weed, mare's tail, that didn't do much for us at all. So This year, I did a couple things that I hoped to make a change, and it seems like they did. I planted sorghum and Egyptian wheat again, and look at this stuff. I mean, it's awesome. You've got these great big visual barriers that break up these open fields. It provides travel corridors. It allows me to come in and out hunting, and it blocks deer from being able to see me. I frost seeded switchgrass out across various parts of these fields, and some of that's starting to come up. We also applied an herbicide treatment preceding the switchgrass, and that knocked out those invasive mare's tail almost completely. So now you've got a whole lot of different things. It just gives you that diversity that you want. And I gotta believe now there's some structure out here. I just can see animals using it a lot more than what we had last time. And it was, honestly, if there's anything that frustrated me more than anything, it was just the fact that last year we couldn't get deer to use this whole portion of the farm. And when it's 50% of the farm, that doesn't help. So this is a relief. I mean, look at this. This is cool. I mean, this is what I imagined. Last year when we bought the place, I imagined this kind of habitat. Turkey, I can move in here and peck at little bugs. There's doves everywhere. There's butterflies everywhere. It's only year 2, but it kind of feels like we're on our way to that wildlife paradise. Maybe we are doing something right. Shot a big buck. Since last season, out there. How's this not gonna come flying forward? This is terrifying. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead.